and we are back at it at the 2025 Southwest Audio Show here in Dallas, Texas. And I am here once again with Florian, who happens to be the designer of Clarysis audio loudspeakers. Speakers you are seeing right now are the Studio Plus. Mike happens to be the importer of this brand. Mike, welcome back to my channel.
Thanks, Jay.
Florian, welcome back to my channel.
Thank you, Jay.
Talk to us about what you have going on here at Southwest Audio Show.
All right, well, we've brought the Studio Plus. This is all aluminum design, and they're featuring the new Atrium ribbons, so trickle down from the big $785,000 Atrium speakers.
Okay.
Absolutely. We've got our new crossovers as well. From the electronic standpoint, we've got the Block Audio SE Monos, the Block Audio SE Pre. There will be a review coming out in the Absolute Sound very shortly. Also, we have Esoteric KO3XD SE. We bring the Esoteric, mostly because you can't trust the Wi-Fi in the hotels, at any hotel, including the ones in Florida, and you've got to be able to spin CDs. So we have here, though, the Pink Scion and Pink Fawn Scion, and again, we've got 3 of them here at this show. This is the entry-level model for Pink Fawn. After that, you've got the Ultra and the Dual Ultra. All of the cabling is Signal Projects, and the rack is etc. from Germany as well.
Florian, current MSRP of the speaker, Florian?
$69,000.
$69,000.
Yep.
Okay, and you mentioned that there is trickle-down technology from the big boy.
Yes.
Okay, Florian, so tell us about this Studio Plus. What are the similarities between this one and the flagship cost no object Atrium?
Sure, thanks for the question, Jay. Maybe first, when you said I'm the designer, I'm one of the designers. Our mechanical head engineer is Bao. We have a chief operating officer, which is Buck, and we have many people that create this speaker. So I want to make sure I'm not leaving that out. It's really a team effort.
Okay.
And as a team effort, the Atrium features pure aluminum ribbons, transformer driven, to make it a very friendly 4-ohm impedance. And now the Studio Plus, the next model coming up in Munich, called the Aria, also features this.
Okay, great.
The Auditorium, all of them are getting the upgrade of the pure mid-range aluminum drivers. The construction is also copied now from the Atrium, so the entire speaker is completely made out of aluminum. There is no wood anywhere in the structure, and as Mike also mentioned, we now employ the same transformers made by Lundahl in Sweden that we use in the Atrium in all of our models as well. So as I said in the last video, we do not cheap out on the quality on the less expensive models. You're getting the same Clarysis audio quality at every single price point that we offer.
Okay. Here's one question for you. The last show we saw VAC amplification.
Yes.
Block audio now.
Yes.
So I'm thinking immediately flexibility.
Correct.
What kind of amplifiers have you used successfully with Clarysis?
Everything from a 70-watt tube integrated all the way up to 1,000-watt monoblocks in solid state. They work with everything. We've tried even the 20-watt Class A integrated from Esoteric, and it worked beautiful. So they're very, very flexible, much easier to drive. The impedance and the efficiency is much higher as well.
Do you currently have these at your store in Sarasota?
This is my pair.
This is your pair?
This is my pair.
Okay, and so where can they hear them besides your store?
You can hear them. We have a dealer in LA, we have a dealer in Utah, we have a dealer in Virginia, we have dealers throughout, we have a dealer in Toronto, we have
now in Canada.
We have a dealer in Denver, so they can go and hear these speakers at the local dealer.
Now, flexibility being one of the most important things when it comes to panels, because the biggest accusation about panels is they are power hungry and they can shut down a lot of amplifiers out there. Okay, so when you designed this, part of the process, part of the idea was to make sure that they were not going to punish 50% of the amplifiers out in the field.
Well, actually, I would argue that this speaker is so easy to drive, it's actually easier than 80% of all the conventional box speakers you can find. Because a typical box speaker at its resonance frequency has impedance tips to very low impedances.
Right.
This does not have that. So you will never find an impedance below 5 ohms on this channel at all. Yes. And a mid-range transformer driven is purely flat at 4 ohms. No dips, no curvature, nothing like that. So it's actually much easier to drive than most conventional speakers are being able to be driven.
Okay.
Another thing I want to mention, so at the factory, for solid state, our design reference is Solution Audio. We still use that very successfully as a pairing between the 331 all the way up to the 7 series. For tube equipment, we tried several different brands in the past, such as also CAD, but now we have switched completely over to VAC. So we're using a complete active FAC system, also as a reference system in the factory.
What are the lead times? If someone were to order a pair, how long do they wait?
Realistically, 3 to 4 months. We currently have a back order of about 18 pairs that we have to get up and build. As you know, all of our products are hand built. All of our products are not pre-built where we just paint it, but it's like built from scratch to your specifications and your color wishes. So 3 to 4 months is about the expectation.
Now, as far as colors, Mike, is it the only color offer right now at the time?
Any color.
Any color.
Raw color. So
Really?
you give us the raw code and we can do it. So not only the cabinet, but also on the grills. And I want to mention something. If somebody says, well, I have black today, but now I decided I want to change to blue or red or white or whatever, they can actually order a new cover. They'll remove the bolts on the back, put in the new cover, and now the speaker is the color they want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so totally interchangeable.
So very custom.
So if your design, decor changes in your home, you can change the cover to match.
Yes, and a very interesting note as well is that 80% of the speakers we sell are custom color codes.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, 80% is a custom color. So we have the very latest one with I think the coolest finish is a deep metallic purple and gold aluminum.
Oh, wow. That's two-tone.
Yeah.
You can do two tones.
Yes,
Looks amazing.
in
Two-tone.
theory, yeah, and looks absolutely stunning in this customer's home.
Now, for this particular model, what is the recommended room dimensions?
In this room, for this model, I would do somewhere between 15 to 18 or 17 by 20 in terms of room size.
What about the ceiling height? How important, how crucial is that?
I mean, obviously, you could do 8-foot ceilings,
8-foot.
9-foot ceilings. Yeah, somewhere in there would work fine.
It's okay. So, and then I have another question for you. So you're showing something new in Munich, is that correct?
We are showing two new things.
Two new things. Okay, can you give us a little bit of preview here?
A little bit preview?
A little bit for my audience,
tiny
please.
Tiny bit?
Yeah,
Okay,
tiny
all right,
bit.
all right. So the one thing is that we found out is that some customers do not want all of these beautiful boxes sitting on the floor. Mm-hmm. So we have a solution for that.
Okay.
Yep. Then the other thing is that if you look at our Studio Plus model at around 69, 70 grand a pair, the next jump is 151,000. So the gap is actually quite big.
It's hard to move them up.
Yes. So we are introducing a model that sits in between that range, which is basically a baby Atrium.
Okay.
So it's a baby version of our $800,000 flagship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great to
and
know.
we have, if you're in Munich, ground floor K3, one of the biggest and most prestigious rooms in Munich. We have completely rented that. And then you can see various of our models on a steady display and the Atrium system being driven. In Florida, we kind of cheaped out by
only four
VAC models. You cheaped out.
Yeah, we cheaped out. So we're going to do it right this time, and we're going to use 8
models.
Yeah, 8 models, fully active system. Just because, why not?
You're going to need your own ventilation in that room. You're going to have to crank the AC hard.
Well, we had to bring in extra power into the hotel.
Yes, so we're actually running at 230 volts, about a 10,000 watt power grid dedicated just for this system.
Jesus, man. And so at the end of the day, of course, you're seriously leading when it comes to panel design. You're one of the pioneers. I mean, we've seen you do a lot of great things. That 6-panel setup that I saw, guys, at your show was, I'll never forget that, right? As a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah. But it is cool that you dare to bring the logistics, right? The weight, how much it was to just put it in front of people's faces. Yeah. And I'm glad that I had that opportunity. So I want to thank you for that, for letting me hear and see something of that caliber. I've never been in front of something so special, such as that model, okay? And at the end of the day, of course, the musicality of this panel has always been one of the strongest selling points for me, okay? Because there is this special feeling that it sucks you in. The way it sounds, it romances you. That's the word I'm looking for, right? And so for you, having used block audio, having used VAC, you're not going to essentially say no to the customer that wants to use their own amplification, and because they might be afraid of the sound being too analytical or the sound being too bright. Because I feel like the panels, although they're very transparent, they have this beautiful way of still presenting music to you that doesn't fatigue.
Correct.
Well, correct. And by the way, what you're saying is at the heart of it, right? If you listen to an effect speaker at a show, it can dazzle you with ping pongs, sounds, right? Things like that.
A lot of that.
Right? And as an audiophile, your first impression is, oh, this is so fascinating.
Right.
The problem is you will get it home, and I guarantee you, after 2 weeks, you'll grow tired of it. Yeah. After 2 months, you'll call Jay and you'll sell it. And so this system is designed to be very linear. It is non-fatiguing. It is non-threatening. You can listen endlessly for hours, for days, for weeks. And that's the whole purpose of designing our speakers, is you get musical enjoyment and you don't lust for the next new big thing and toy.
Which is something that a lot of audiophiles are guilty of, myself included. We're always looking to chase that next component and then see how the same music that we play every day sounds through a new set of speakers.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
We can definitely say that. We can all agree here that that's the nature of a lot of audiophiles, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you look at the original guys that had Apogees in the 80s, they still have them today. So you have them for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and if they break, you don't buy anything else. You fix the old Apogee or you buy a Clarysis now.
Got it.
And I think that's, well, at least for me, that was always true. And so that's the passion behind the product, and that's why we continue to also innovate it. So same as the panel design changes. It's not being changed because it looks prettier as a curve. It's being changed because it's technically superior to a rectangular panel. And so all of these things are made for the love of this type of design of speaker. So if you're out there looking for a panel speaker and you're really wondering, why should I give Clarysis Audio a chance? Let me tell you why. The typical panel speaker is rectangular. Now, why is the panel rectangular? The truth is because it's the easiest way to design a panel speaker. You stretch the membrane across all four edges, you glue it down, but you get standing waves on the panel. You have resonance issues on those panels. That's why you can see some manufacturers go ahead and put little dots on the panel to make sure that not the entire area moves equally forward and backward, because you will get these resonance issues. That's why our panels have rectangular shape, or the piccolo or the coming aria or the atrium have a curved shape, because we're going to even further eliminate those resonances. That's one of the advantages. Some other options, for example, have push-pull designs. Well, push-pull design sounds very cool in theory, but primarily you do that because you can simply buy cheaper magnets, but a higher quantity of it. And what you get is a magnet grid like this behind the driver, also in front of the driver, which means that a lot of the sounds and air pressure created by this panel is being swallowed by the magnet grid and metal array. We do not do that. We buy very expensive magnets, which are so strong that we do not need a magnet grid in front of the driver. So you get to hear more of why you bought the speaker in the first place. The other advantage is that our drivers can cross very, very low. So this ribbon right here, has no Capton or Mylar carrier, so it's extremely light. It is the lightest driver you can buy commercially today. It's only 0.006 millimeters in thickness. And we can start playing this driver at 220 hertz with very shallow slopes. These are just two of the technical advantages that Clarysis Audio offers you. And I really wish that as a panel friend or ribbon speaker friend, really analyze what the market offers you and then come to the conclusion that Clarysis Audio offers you not only a beautiful product, but a very well engineered and built product as well. Great, so let me demonstrate for you guys how the speaker works and how it's built. So kudos goes to Bao, our head mechanical engineer. He has designed a completely modular panel speaker. So if you can see at the back, first you can see this very large grid right here, the color black. That's where the magnets actually run across. In this case, neodymium N50 magnets. We have updated on all of our speakers. So the standard now is neodymium N50, and the atrium gets N52. We can change the distance of this magnet grid to the panel to either increase efficiency of the speaker or to increase maximum SPL output. You can take this magnet grid off, and then you will have just a panel. Now, why is this important? Let's say you have a cat, and the cat, for whatever reason, damages this beautiful panel. You do not have to ship the speaker back. at all. What you can do instead, or your dealer, is we can ship you a new panel already pre-tensioned in the frame, and you can install it like a picture frame, and that's all you have to do. So to service one of these speakers in the field takes about 15 minutes per speaker. If you take the grid off, take the panel off, you're still left with the main metal structure, which is very important because you can also take off the front cover and the base plate, and you can change the colors. So let's say you buy them in this beautiful matte black finish, and at one point in time you want to do purple and gold. Now don't laugh, we have done this, it looks very beautiful. Then you can just swap this within 5 minutes and get a completely new speaker and a new color scheme. As you can see here, this is our pure aluminum mid-range driver. Now looking at it from the front and back, it looks like it's one driver, but it's actually two drivers, which are spaced behind them, and they're being run in series. This is the same configuration that we use on our $800,000 Atrium system, and it is now a standard in all of the models down to the Studio Plus. This ribbon right here is also completely modular, so if at any point in time you would like a new version of this ribbon, then we can simply ship you a new module, you can install it, and you have the most up-to-date spec on your ribbon speaker. One more beautiful thing, and to show you how far we go in our work, is that we don't just buy speaker terminals, we make our own speaker terminals. So these terminals you can see right here are made out of pure copper, and they're made out of pure copper because the internal wiring is copper foil that goes to the drivers. And all of our connections are press connections, so we don't have any solder anywhere. So from these terminals to the connectors to the ribbons, everything is pressed on, and we couldn't find a binding post that meets our high quality standards, and that's why we manufacture even our own binding posts.
Okay guys, well, make sure you visit room 1101 here in Dallas at the Southwest Audio Show. Talk to you guys soon, and please subscribe and hit the like button. Peace.
Thank you.